inaendelea bado ikijengeka na mambo inaendelea ikifunuka kwangu. That's giving me firm foundation in Him, and also being rooted firmly in my faith, kama vile Biblia inasema ya kwamba what we first believed in. And at this age of my season of my life and my walk with Christ, many things I believed when I was there in the house, I did now, right now, these things are very clear to me, and I understand God better, and I love Him. The more I understand Him, the more I fall in love in Him. And sijafinyika, I'm enjoying to be son in the kingdom of my Father, and I'm doing good. That brings the beauty of my life, that my heart loves the Lord. Love the Lord with. Don't have something inside there. Love God. My heart genuinely. I love God for God. I love God because He's God, not because of what you have given me. You have really given me many things. You have not. There are other things nataka sina sahi, but I love God for God. And my heart sincerely loves God. And that is not an English statement that I love the Lord. That's my life. I love the Lord. Do love the Lord. Tumekuwa in a journey of which I want to. On Sunday, I was not able to be together with you because I was studying at Temugo. Also, we had the atmosphere there, so I was held up there. And today, I want to put a comma. Then maybe we'll pick up maybe after prayers, because we are almost getting into the month of prayer. In the month of prayer, I think we had more of prayer or something. But I want to put a comma today on something that we started. In our main text, we're about to answer safari na wao. Kina Jerry, where are we? Colossians 2. It should be a memory verse in this youth service. Colossians 2:6. What does it say? Oh, you're waiting for the screens. And the day you come, there will be no screens. What will you do? It is supposed to be recorded in your heart if you are a member of this morning service. Colossians 2:6 and 7. As you have received Christ, walk in Him or continue in Him. Being done what? Rooted, built up. I'm waiting for you to go on. And we have come in a journey, and tukasema kwa nini Paulo aliandikia kanisa hili, why Paul wrote this church. Haya maandiko. We did a background of that, and we come to a point and we started going through the word rooted. And nikawambia ya kwamba rooted and built up zimewekwa mahali pamoja because they go together. And we agreed on Sunday ingine ilikuanga pale ya kwamba we started like how Paul said, you remember the picture I showed you about there, a tree being in a nursery, then planted, then started having stem. The tree was in a season of bearing fruit because it is a process. That we agreed that if you skip one process, if utajitoa kwa process, there's the process of being in a nursery. You know what's a nursery bed? Then from there, you'll be planted somewhere around in a different hole, in a different maybe climate, in a different environment. And then from there, you start getting roots. We agreed that if by any chance, you remove yourself, the Kikuyu word ne ogemunya in the process, by the time you'll be coming back, how you not continue with the process there. Eventually, to be a point of God going back. Todo mutiugi hado, mtu inapopandwa, ikaya kwa shimo, una kama hii mtu popo, iko hapa nje. Kama ingekaa ikaya hapa kwa hiyo shimo iseme, hapana, acha niende nikaangalie What are the other trees doing? By the time you think of coming back here, itakuja imehoha. Maybe mizizi zimefanya nini? Zimekauka. It will start the process again. And so we agreed. Unapoingia ukitoka, unapojifanya tourist, kuingia, unaanza process, unaendelea, unatoka, unarudi, unatoka, unarudi. We agreed it does not happen like that. For you to bear fruit, you must continue. So, the other time we talked about what? Consistency is something you continue doing. Don't do today, don't do the another month, for 3 months, 4 months, you go out for 2 weeks, you go out for 3 months. It does not happen like that, because if it happens like that, it won't work. The last time I was here, we discussed on the areas that you need to be rooted in. And we said there is a purpose. Why God brought you to this altar and not to the other altar. Because he knows why. Tulisema ya kwamba, as a young person, we don't live na metino na adiro na lack. No. We are people of destiny. We are people of purpose. And our God has a reason and a purpose why he brought you to this altar and not any other altar. And now when you come to the altar that you are planted in, we agreed that you must be rooted in the principles of that altar. What did we say that you must be rooted? For those who are in the other class, we agreed on what? There are areas you need to be rooted in. For example, in the book of Acts, the Bible says when the disciples were wakapigwa, wakafanya na mageshiri, they went to the council. The Bible says they went back to their own company. You must have your own company. You are arona. You are lying. You are not answerable to anyone. And anytime you try to point something in you, you miss church. In this house, we are advocate for accountability. And that's why if you don't come to church, we ask you, why didn't you come to church? If you come to church late, I'll ask you confidently. Because in this house, we believe and we work in accountability. As long as you are here and Lord have brought you here, we will be accountable whether you like it or not. Don't come to ask you, where have you been? You don't take it. No, they did. Yeah, people even ask you, when you unakuja kanisa umechelewa? I'll check at what time are you coming to church? Why are you missing services? Because in this house we believe in accountability. And if you are here, you must be rooted in the area of accountability. And it is not a choice. Paul is saying you received Christ. Good. Continue. Be built up. The things that build people up is when you get there. Here we talked about about purity. Here we believe in holiness. The message of our library is about righteousness and holiness. We believe in purity here. And this is the gospel we preach. You must be rooted as a young person in purity. And there is no choice. And I told you, in this house, we believe in the honor of God. We honor God. In this altar, we tremble in the presence of the Almighty. We don't joke around with salvation. We don't joke around with sins. We don't go touching things here and there in the social media. No, in this house, we don't believe in that. We don't believe in that. And that's why we agreed you must be rooted in where the Lord has brought you. You must be rooted in it. This is not the place you go. Hey, here praying aloud and no, here we take life serious. And we take God serious. What? You must be rooted in these things. Now, after you are being rooted, Paul is connecting these two things together. If you remember the tree that I showed you the other time, we say the more a tree gets root, get the trunk. And the more it continues getting roots, it bears. It is rooting and built up goes together. Oriana Mary, inapata mizizi, the trunk inafanya nini? Increase. If the trunk increases, yes? Now, before we go so much on, can we talk about building? How can you be built up? Because rooted and built up, Paul have amezieka mahali pamo. Kwa maana ameziweka mahali pamoja, hata sisi tusiweka mahali pamoja. Give me 1 Corinthians 3:9. 1 Corinthians 3:9. You see something on build? Why you should be built up? 3:9 says, Bible, for we are God's fellow workers. That is one. Because are we? We are God. We are God. So, atutaenda kwa waka. Kore arutenewena na atutaenda about we are God's field. Because kama tunaongea about workers, nikwambia naweza kufundisha vile hadi marute na yewera na life. Watu how we are co-workers with God. How tunafanya kazi pamoja na Mungu. About the field, sisi tuko field ya Mungu, but you are God's beauty. What does that mean? We mwaka wa gai. Okay, you people, you went to school. Whatever school you went, whatever you went, you are God's beauty. What does that entail? Okay, if you don't talk, I will engage myself in prophetic and make you speak, and not speak back to me. You speak to yourself. Please, no. You better have a conversation as friends than I engage in prophetic. Okay, can you now speak? When we say, I know I want to be good this morning. When the Bible says you are God's, you went to school, people. I'm asking, when this word is written, capital G, O-D, S, and S, what does it mean in English? Ownership. Yes, you went to good school, even if it was that school, yes. Building. What does the word building mean? Mwako. Mjego. Wenyewe utaki kutumia jina mjego, unataka kusema nyumba. Ulijengwa lini? Ni tunatumia jina mjego. Ili mtu ajue iko katika hiyo mjego amefika wapi. God. Already Mungu amekuona kama nini? Kama mjengo wake. Now, what does verse 10 say? Verse 10 of that. This is Paul speaking. It's an apostolic statement. It with you. According to the grace of God, which was given to me as a wise master builder. Yalipewa neema kama wise nini? Huko mtu ni waraka. Si Mungu anajenga. Okay. I read foundation. Yeye aliweka msingi. That is more about. Come to another day. And another builds on. But. Tukisikia jina but, forget about the foundation. Forget about nani wa Paul aliweka foundation. Paul akakuja akajenga hapo juu. Forget about that. Because of the word. Smuni niambia, in English, what does the word but say? It's a contradicting word. Yeah? You people, you went to school. Contradicting what? Yeah? Yeah? Contradicting conjunction. Inapoingia hapo, ina contradict kila kitu. So forget about the foundation, forget about I started building. No. Now, you may contradict. It is saying, let each one, now it is you, forget about Paul, forget the apostle. Let each one take heed of how he builds on it. The foundation is still there, and there's no changes to come on that. Foundation is already laid, but you received Christ. And Paul said we be rooted. And we've been built up. Now it is your part. Let each one take heed how he builds on it. Foundation is already laid. Our Lord Jesus. Now it is your work. How you build. Let each one take what? How he does what? Give us 11. 4. No other foundation can anyone done? Muthigi ugutwara tutirari ndo cia kwara muthigi Kristo ndokire agitukwira Jesus Christ as foundation is there. It is our work to do what? Build. No other business you have in this life. You are not dying for your salvation. You are building in it. Paul said, as you received Christ, continue in him. Your work is to build. You don't sit there idle, coming to judge a young person, and you are not building. So already the foundation is there, and we are God's building. Okay, verse 12. Now, and now is now. If anyone builds on this foundation, see, the foundation is there, and you are the one to build. See, we agreed in the first thing. Take heed of how you build. Why are you taking heed on how you build? Taking heed ni kusema nini? Taking heed ni kusema nini? Uchuge. Chunga vile unajenga. Kwa nini? If anyone builds on this foundation with gold, the foundation is there. Kazi ya kutafuta material ni yako. This is not God's work. If anyone builds with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hair, straw. You know what is hair? You know what is straw? Yaki. Then pass. Each work, one's work will become clear. For the day will declare it. Because it will be revealed by fire. The fire will test each one's work or what sort it is. I call you to attention. I call your life to attention. That whatever you build, whether you are building in secret, whether you are building in public, whatever you are using, the material you are using to build, a day is coming, and that thing will go through the fire, and the fire will tear. Don't build for the sake of building. Just know as a young person, in this foundation, you are building of God. And whatever you are building, have this in your mind. Have this in your conscience. That a day is coming, and the material you have used to build, it will go through the fire. The fire will test it. The fire will test it. Fire will test it. This is not about the youth reader, the youth pastor, the pastor of your church. This is personal. Have to be nasty. That's why Paul is saying, material ni mingi za kujenga. We have gold, we have silver, we have precious stones, even wood if you want. We have hay, we have straw. But take heed how you build it, because a day is coming. It will go through the fire. And that fire will test it. You walk your life. You build your life. No, there is a time and there is a day of testing. And whatever you are doing will always go through a moment of fire. A moment of fire. Some of you, that's why you enter into relationship now and have become prophetic. You enter to relationship. You stay in a relationship. I only have 9 minutes. You stay in a relationship and you say, I've wasted 3 years. I was wasted 4 years. Why? What did you use to build that relationship? The material you are using to build. A day will come to be tested. And some of them will go down. That's why you go up. You go down. Your spiritual life go up, go down. What is the material you are using to build? Because in this life, I can assure you, with the and am I staying in this life, I know there is a day when fire comes and that fire burns everything, and it's only that is of gold, silver, and the good material that starts the fire. I understand about process. Ask me about process. I'll tell you. I know what is process. I know what is process. There are process you go through, and everything in you will go through that fire. It will be burnt in you, and there is nothing will be left. Nothing will stand. No matter. That's why you keep on speaking about broke. Situation heartbreaks. Do what? Situation what? No, because you use the wrong material. Paul is saying, take heed of what you are using to build. Take heed. Take heed of, because a day is coming. A young person, a day is coming. And you'll be shaken to ground. This fire, it will shake you to ground. It will shake everything you have built in to ground. And this fire is not a joke. We are the building of God. And can I bring to our attention? You see, you are the building of God. In the LEAH life, I wish Sam was here, could have helped us. In the LEAH life, when Jingo inapoendelea, what do we call them, Sam? The person who, the architect. What do we call them? Architect, who else comes to the site? The foreman, who else comes to the site? Contractor. And there are times that we have worked in property management. I know what I'm telling you. A contractor will come and will say, this thing was not supposed to be here. This was designed this way. Move this wall. Contractor will come and say something else. That's why if you don't take heed of how you build your life, as long as you are in this and you are a building of God, he will come for supervision. Na atasema hii odoa. Isi taki hapa. I don't want this. We have said we are God's. God owns us as his building. In your life, the same case. There are times God will send his angels. Have you ever read in the Bible? The Bible says, and God sent his angel to go and message through the wall of wire. Have you heard that? Sometimes the angels will come to see what you are doing. Did God come to see what wabeberi walikuwa wanajenga? Because he's concerned on how you are building your life. And God, take it to this back. At my age, we have finished. One generation, starting another generation. So there are things I know. You'll be tested. You'll be tested in this life. Test will come. And it is not a prophet. It is not a prophecy. It's how life is. The Bible have said what? Fire will test everything. And that's why when it stands the fire, you are able to continue to the next step. Why? Because whatever you are building in, you build. A day comes, you go through the fire. Nothing starts. Natural you are empty. You start again. What are you using to build? What are you using to build? Unatumia nini kujenga? What are you using to build? Because when the fire comes, it will tell us. That Paul is telling Timothy, let your progress be seen by all. The progress is seen after you have gone through fire. You continue, we can see it. Paul is saying, as a wise builder, I'm calling you to be wise builder. That is what I'm calling you to. Check what you're building. Check. Because a day is coming. And when the fire falls on it, you don't know what you start. Check the material you're building your life. Check. Where are you here? What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? In your sacred life, what are you doing with your life? You might think it is very far. It is hidden very far. We cannot see it. No matter how prophetic we are, no matter how the ego of the eye we have, we cannot see. But you know what? A day is coming. It will go through the fire. Will it stand? It's a process. Can you start a process? But when we start the moment of going through the fire, we say, hey, if Joseph did not go through the process of being in the hole, being in a slave, don't you know what it means to be a slave? It means too much. He was a slave. Still with the prophetic word. He was in prison. Don't you know what it is to be in prison in a strange country? Very difficult. I've traveled, I can tell you. But he kept pushing on because of the process. Can you go through the fire and remain? Can you go through the fire? We have lacked. You say that you want to be like prophetess. Yes, come. We have lacked. That. We have fought. Unapata homa unapata kuja kanisa. Sisi tunakuja mpaka dawa za TB na tunaendelea na wewe ni homa. Na kunyeleza tulizinyasi lijikomi. What have we not fought? What have we not fought in this? Kama mtu mlikuwa mnaongea naye kwa WhatsApp, hajibu messages. Sisi tumelipua mpaka karibu dawali. What can you start? What are you using to build? What are you using to build? What are you using? This is a question I'm asking. What material are you using to build your life? Because the day is coming to go through the fire. Will it start the fire? What are you using to build? Paul is saying, take heed of how you build. There's a process. Can you start the process? We are being to seasons where no one wants to be. Can you be alone? Those nonsense things. A day is coming. Go through the fire, you go again. We stay without anyone speaking to us. No one cares. We don't know even our tomorrow, where it is. We have lived in those days. We don't know where even we are going, we are heading to. We love God. And when the moment of trial comes, we go through it. You want to be received by everyone. Wait for the day. And you'll be down at the age of 35 and you have no one still. And at the age of 22 and 23, ulikuwa unajenga na kutaka kupedwa, sisi kutaka kufanywa nini. A day will come to go through the fire. You'll be down there, 35, no one. A prophetic word. No. Take heed of what you build. Because a day will come. Check the material you are building. Because a day will come. And to go through the fire. To go through the fire. But what does the Bible say in the book of Acts 20? So we continue. What does the Bible say? Take heed of what you build with. Paul is saying, take heed of the material you use because a day is coming. Now Paul is saying this. So now, so what? Who? Brethren. What? I do what? What is command? I commend you to God. ajitoe kwa kila kitu kingine yote ile. Mtu ajipeane kwa Mungu. As a young person who have a destiny and have a purpose. Jipeane kwa Mungu. Tumeangia we are God's building. Mungu ajipeane kwa Mungu, Mungu amjenge. Then to the word of his grace, which is able. This word is able. You see this word? This word. Hii neno mnakataa kusoma, mnashinda Facebook na kuandika status hapo na comments nyingi mnaweka hapo. Hii word Paul is saying, which is able to build you up. To build you where? This word is able to build you up and give you an inheritance. Not only building you up, also giving you an inheritance among all those who are. That's my case. Be rooted, be built up, and there is no choice. Check what you are building. Mtu ajipeane kwa Mungu. Also jipeane to this word. It is able. This word is able to give you an inheritance. We have followed him and we tell you for sure. I can tell you for sure. It is able to give you an inheritance. It is able to build you up. He cannot walk.